Right then, lads and lasses, how we doing, and welcome back to the channel. It's not your average video because it's the final day of 2023. What a year it's been. Hopefully it's been a great year for you. It's been a great year for me individually. I've done some fantastic things in the content creation world, going on the radio. Of course, I'm 17. I need to build on this because it just makes me so happy making videos, making content and producing the best that I can. Of course, I'm going to upgrade the sort of quality of stuff that I can. I'll get better with years to come, but thank you so much for the great year for myself. Hope you've had a great one yet again. But the main reason of this video, let's take a look at what Newcastle United have give us in 2023. This club is seriously magical. If you're from, with all due respect, Fleetwood, Cambridge, Rotherham, Doncaster, you support your football club, you're not going to be, you may be, but you're not going to be absolutely fanatic. Oh, come on, the mighty Rotherham's playing on the weekend, the mighty Cambridge, we're going away to watch them. If you support Newcastle United, you are superior and different to every single fan in our own fantastic way. Respect to every single other club, but Newcastle United is a football club. I know it sounds a bit cheesy and a bit corny, but it genuinely is a religion. This isn't just a club where, oh, Newcastle's playing on the weekend, let's go see what they're doing. Oh, they didn't get the 3 points today, unlucky. No matter what happens, if we win, we're ecstatic. If we lose, we're forming, and that's just the Geordie way. If we lose, we're shouting and bawling. There's no need to criticise that. That is the pure Geordie passion way. If we weren't angry, we wouldn't sort of care about the club, would we? Oh no, it's alright, we'll go and get the 3 points in a couple of weeks to come. That is the Geordie way. We're going to take a look at what this club has given us in 2023, what it's going to give us. It's such a different club to support, and I love it so much. For me personally, I started properly following Newcastle in the 2017 season. I would have been 11 then. I wasn't majorly into football actually, apart from 9 years old. That's when I started playing football and then going to the Newcastle games at the age of 11. My first ever game I can properly remember was 3-2 to Southampton at home, and my favourite ever player, Jose Perez, at the time, went and scored a hat-trick. It was a fantastic day. My mum said I couldn't have went to the game, and I snuck out and went to the game with my mate. But without further ado about me, let's take a look what Newcastle have given us this season, because it's been absolutely pitch perfect. I mean, we're talking Wembley trips. We're first cup final in the space of 20 years. We're talking European nights, Champions League, yet again the first time in 20 plus years. We're finished bottom, but most people would have guessed that anyways, and we give it a good go. If we had our full team, if we had the Tonali, the Barnes, the Botman for the majority of it, and of course Joe Linton was missing in a few of them as well, we definitely would have picked up wins at the likes of Borussia Dortmund at home, AC Milan at home. We definitely would have held on for that game. But look, we've got one of our best results ever as a club. We got one of the best matches ever in our history as a club in that Champions League tournament. Of course, Paris Saint-Germain 4-1 at home. It's a day if you went to that game, or even if you didn't, we'll never forget it in the history of Newcastle United. The memories we've created as a club, it can't be forgotten, and especially Eddie Howe, what he's done with this team. He went from 19th place to Newcastle, and what he's given us in last season. No, it's not been going too well this season. You know, the football hasn't been great, the results haven't been great, the fight hasn't really been there, but we know what's happened with the injuries, the sort of fatigue. It is a sort of overused narrative, but it's a very, very good narrative to use because that is the major reason why we haven't been performing. But nevertheless, we've got Liverpool tomorrow. We're more so talking about last season, but fingers crossed we can bounce back this season or tomorrow and the rest of the games. We've got a very big January upcoming. But back on to 2023, it was magical. It's probably been one of the best years to support Newcastle United. This year has been injected full of what we've been craving so bad. Ambition, determination, passion from the players to finally wear this badge and not just think from the years, oh, it's just a wage, we don't care about the fans really, you know, 50,000 of them come to watch absolute terrible football under Steve Bruce, or even under Steve McLaren. We don't care, we get our wages, toss what they think. But the players now, yes, they do get a very big wage, but Christ almighty, this year they've repaid back every single pound. I mean, yet again, we're talking cup finals, Champions League, but what I really, really like is we've finally found stability. It may not be coming this season, but look, yet again, it's the first time we've had Europe. We've missed a lot of our key players. Tonali's the big one, but we finally got stability. It is a very, very big club, and people, that's why they're starting to dislike it, because the Newcastle United is starting to become a powerhouse in not only English football, but European football as well. We've got the players, they want to play for the team. We've got a fantastic backroom staff. We've got a fantastic manager, a fantastic board, who we can't thank you enough, not just for giving us the money, giving us the sort of whenever we need to suspended, but for engaging with the fans, for turning up to the games, which most sort of majority shareholders don't do that. They sit at home, like for Manchester City, for example. I'm sure their owner, Sheikh Mansour, is it? I'm sure he's been to less than 5 Manchester City games or less than 10 Manchester City games, and he's owned them for what, 10 years now, hasn't he? I don't actually know, but I know Murdad Gudusi and Amanda Staveley, they've come to Newcastle games. Also, the owner of Saudi PIF has also come to Newcastle games as well. And it's not just that, they've come to away games. I remember them coming to Fulham last season when we beat them 4-0. We've demolished teams in this year, like Sheffield United 8-0. We've demolished teams just everywhere. We've got fantastic players like Alexander Isak and Bruno Guimaraes. Kieran Trippier, not on the best form at the minute, but we know he's going to bounce back. I don't think we could have asked for more from a club. Honestly, we've got yet again what we've wanted. Eddie Howe and the players are emulating exactly what we crave as a fan. Passion and determination. We do want the odd scrap on the pitch as well. Proper Geordies. We do want the odd bust up on the pitch with Big Dan Burn or Fabian Shaw just hacking into someone and starting on. That's what we like to see is Newcastle United get stuck into them, especially if it's Man United, Sunderland or Liverpool. Fingers crossed we can see some of that at Anfield. But yet again, it's just a very big thank you and a show of appreciation and gratitude to the board, the fans, the players and the manager. No, it's not going too well at the minute, but of course we've had a pretty hard run of games. We should be, with all due respect, we should be beating the likes of Nottingham Forest at home, undoubtedly. Luton away, Bournemouth away, that one was a bit sticky. We barely had a striker, so kind of evens up itself. But them 2 games, there was no excuse for not winning them, and I think there was a little bit of lack of actual trying from the players. Yes, they are going to be a bit on the fatigue side. It's a very big factor, but there was just a little bit of lack of, we don't need to sort of fret too much over it, but there was a little bit of lack of motivation from the players, and there's definitely a lack of motivation to come back into the game when we're going sort of 1-0 down or 2-0 down. The last time we ever come back from a game was Forest away last season. That was a very long time ago. The away form hasn't been great, but yet again, we're gonna have a 17-day break, I believe it is, after the Manchester City game, which is on the 13th of January, I believe it is. Sunderland's up next, then it's Manchester City at home in the Premier League. 17 days time, the players finally have that much needed rest. We can get players into January, maybe see the likes of Calvin Phillips, who of course hasn't signed as I'm recording this video. It's the 31st, the last day of the year, and stabilise ourselves, get the players back, get them fit, get them ready, give them a rest, get them match fit for that Aston Villa game. It's going to be a very hard game, that one, mind, but we've got to give it absolutely everything. And from a fan perspective, this season has been unreal. If we're nitpicking at some things, maybe the atmosphere has decreased. I've had a season ticket for 3 years now. The 2 ones previous have definitely been better than this one. But the away days, the atmosphere hasn't been great. But there was one day I will remember for the rest of my life. As you can see here, it's the only half and half scarf I will ever buy. It's Newcastle United and my overseas club, AC Milan. I went to the San Siro, and it's a day I will never forget in the history of my life. I'm 17 years old now, and I know you might say things older, just for a little one, your example. Oh, I don't want to get old, blah, 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 and you sort of come older, and you're like, I think you wanted to stay a bit younger, mate. But you know what I mean? Like, that is something I know I will never, ever regret doing in my life. The San Siro. Honestly, I love Italy, I love AC Milan, I love the San Siro, I love the past legends like Kaká, Maldini. These sort of players I absolutely adore. Tonali, of course, he's my favourite Newcastle United player, a bit debatable, but there's so many reasons why I love him. It's just a day I'll never forget. In Newcastle United, Eddie Howe, the players on the board, give us that away day, the opportunity to go to different clubs and experience our club playing in the best club competition in world football. We can only be so thankful. What a year it's been for the fans, for the players and the manager. We're not doing so good in the Premier League, and of course we're knocked out the Champions League and Carabao Cup this year, or this sort of season, sorry. But we're going to bounce back. We know we will. The bog standard I would ask for this season, it may sound still a bit to ask for, but I would still like Conference League. Champions League, it's definitely out of the window now. We can't be losing to the likes of Luton and Nottingham Forest and expect Champions League. For me, that's completely out of the window. If we got it, absolutely fantastic. Europa League and Conference League would be fantastic for Newcastle. We need to be in these competitions, maybe for the sort of revenue. I know the Conference League gives you basically nothing, but it's an experience for the players again. We're probably, as a club, I don't want to say overachieved, but going from the Champions League to nothing, it wouldn't be a failure, but would be pretty much of a letdown. It would have been easier for when Conference League, Europa, Champions League. That's the logistical way to do it, but we've done it the hard way, and it's the best way to do it as well. It must be, the best club competition in world football. We'll chuck it straight at ourselves. Without further ado, people, I hope you go and have the most unbelievable 2024. Go and smash whatever you want to do, because honestly, you watching this video now, like if you haven't already and subscribe if you haven't already, thank you very much, have made sort of my life very good. Honestly, I'm getting recognised in the streets of Milan, Edinburgh Airport, anywhere where I go. Sunderland, I'm joking, I actually haven't been to Sunderland for a very, very long time, a few years at least. Anywhere I go, I'm getting photos. You're talking about is with the game tomorrow, for example. I've got a photo of about 4 or 5 lads in Costa the day. We're talking about the game tomorrow. I can't show my gratitude enough, not only for the football club, but for you as well. So thank you very much. Go and enjoy your 2024. Absolutely smash it. Best wishes for every single person. Thank you very much. Go and enjoy. And when we say go and enjoy your day, go and enjoy your year, people.